Nauru. Let's see how those people live. But first, if you want to support the channel now, you can acquire some membership and all that good stuff. So if you want to support it, you can do that now. Now, let's see the video. Well, Nauru, one of those small country in the world, even by population and also by land. We're gonna look exactly how those people live. But first, let's look some numbers. So, population 12,000, and you can see it's still growing with plateau at some years, but still going up now. Growing rate, pretty much you can see sometimes it's on the up, sometimes on down, pretty much on the zero boundary. Around that they try to move. So probably the population is not going to increase that much in the future. But look at this, 1955, 3,800 people living in this island with a growing rate about 2.66%. That would be roughly like 96 people, 55 migration on plus, which is pretty good. Median age around 20 years old, fertility rate one of those nonsense, 5. And urban population around 93%. You can see a small island. Clearly everyone is going to live in a urban area by their standards, by the way. Now 2025 population quadruple, actually almost quadruple. Now it's 12,000 people, and early change around 0.65%. That would be like 78 people. Again, small numbers for these countries. Migration on minus right now, minus 122. So they got migration on minus since 1995. Since then, things are not going that well. But the native population is still increased by a bit. Median age now was around 20 years old, which is a bit, actually 20.2. The 1950 was 20.6. One of those actually can keep the median age pretty much the same, even not even a bit lower, which is quite interesting. Fertility rate now, still a huge one for a country, a place like this, 3.2. It's insane in my opinion, but it is what it is. And urban population now 94%, so clearly not much can change there. Now in the future, in 2050, they see the population is going to increase at 15,000 people, and yearly change is going to go above 1%, which is interesting. Yearly change around 166 people, with migration still on minus. They project around minus 23 people, not that much actually. Median age around 25 years old, and fertility rate, again, much more manageable, 2.53, but still a bit too high for a place like this, I would say. Urban population, they say they're gonna decrease. That was gonna be interesting. I'm curious how that is gonna work in such a small island. 72%. Now let's roll some numbers. Now we can have a bit more context. GDP nominal per capita is gonna be around 10,000 US dollars, which is not that bad in 2020, by the way. Now probably it's gonna be a bit higher. Total nominal, it's around 150 million US dollars. PPP is around 132 million US dollars, and per capita is just under 10,000. So things are not cheap here, probably. 10,000 US dollars GDP nominal. Not great, but also not that bad either, I have to say. It's not like it's gonna get increased. Look at this, even they have some activities here in the World War II. You can see that's the island. It's pretty much very small. I am curious if you can actually see some 316s or at least some street views in this region. We're gonna see how those people actually live. We can have here some pictures. Now again, population, they're going up. The economy, you can see here, also going up. GDP per capita, what is that per capita right here? Okay, 2021 around 10,000, and PPP just got above 13,000 now. Agriculture 6.1, industry 33, and services 60%, inflation 1.7, not that bad. Unemployment 25% in 2011, huge one, I would say insanely one. That's why probably a lot of people living in this area, there's not much you can do here. But also, if you don't have that much jobs, why the fuck you have a fertility rate of 3.2? It's just, that's insane for me. But hey, maybe it's just me. Now let's see how those people actually live in this part of the world, and how nice and fun it is. You can just here, not in the middle of the ocean, but see much more further than any other solid, let's say, neighbors. So yeah, it's not gonna be easy for them. They have that deep sea mining, that it's pretty much a chaotic thing right now. I'm not against it. I mean, like, it's a resource, we have to take it, I guess. But if the Nauru, let's say, pulls back, gonna be someone else gonna swipe in immediately. Those are shipping containers, probably for supplies. Again, not gonna see that much of the population here, although it's still more than we see in other regions. And island is not that big, but at least trying to develop something here. Look at this. They have some harbors, they have an airstrip, they have, let's say, a very basic things here for a country like this. And even those things are not cheap to make, let's face it. Now the garbage here, I don't like it. It's, I don't know, if they need to employ people, just employ someone to just clean the beaches. I mean, like, come on, it's not gonna be that hard, and you provide employment. You know, probably gonna be a problem with money, that's more likely, but definitely you can employ someone, look at this, to pretty much collect all those garbage and make it look pretty nice. That would be nice to see. Now again, it's such a small place, but it's a bit dense populated, I would say. Look at this, how those people live here, pretty much jammed together here. I'm not a big fan of that. They have this airstrip here, probably again they can use it in a war at some point. Here they don't have that much clear image. Probably not that many people choose to go here vacation. I don't think it's a realistic one here. It's just pretty much how going to see how those people live. Now a bit again jammed together, those dirt roads that don't look that well. These solar panels, they provide probably a lot of power for those people, which is good. We have some street views, which is actually pretty interesting. Let's see how things are here. But here you can see probably the good part of the island, of the country. Ooh, that's a Lexus, I think, right? I'm not sure exactly, but that's an expensive car anyway. Road, pretty nice, I have to say. Houses in this region, yeah, I'm kind of settled for that. I know exactly what to expect. It's not gonna be that much interesting. That's also an expensive car, by the way. Yeah, those lakes here, especially this one on the road, they're gonna damage the road much quicker than a dry one. Housing here again, like I said, just not that appealing. Not even just in Nauru, just pretty much all the regions. I didn't see, very rarely can see, probably someone that's very rich. You're gonna see some decent house, like the usual you can find here in the Western world, but here that probably the materials and the cost of that is gonna take a huge toll on the house, how they look. At least they have some paved roads here, which is nice, and it doesn't look that bad in these regions. Now this lake here, not a big fan again, but I guess it is what it is. Again, cars, they have cars, which is probably how they transport themselves here. Ooh, again, one of those Lexus, so they like even luxury cars here. Okay, garbage, well, yeah, probably was the wind, so I'm not gonna blame that on the people. Oh, that's a nice car here. I don't know what's happening with that, probably like an accident or something, but that's worth saving. Yeah, again, housing, no expectation whatsoever. Just I see them, I know exactly what to expect. If you go there, just don't expect like nice houses. Again, those bashing cars, they have like a round here, they can turn it. Pretty interesting, I would say, but not amazed by it. Yeah, not so bad, but also not so great. And probably this is the good part of the island. This is 2023, so very recently, and I have to say, the road, it is nice. In most of the parts, it looks pretty nice. Yeah, we have that potholes or whatever they have here. There wasn't exactly a good design in some areas, but overall, it looks pretty nice. I don't think they have public transportation here. I don't see a bus or bus station. See, like this. This is where the world is gonna get damaged really fast, so they need to fix that before they make the pavement, but I guess nobody just thought of that. Here, yeah, like I say, housing can be improved hugely. Now with 10,000, 15,000, whatever they have right now, even PPP per capita, I'm not sure exactly how much they can do with that huge unemployment, with a lot of people just choose to leave the country. Things are not going well for them there. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly how that is going to improve. I mean, if you don't find or don't see, oh, they have some buses here, probably they have some public transportation, who knows. If you don't have, let's say, a predictable future, you're not gonna be that so inclined to invest in, even if in your house. It's just, if you're thinking like, how can I live with the first opportunity, yeah, I'm not gonna see that. Oh, those are actually, I think they're not abandoned. Those are expensive. This is a Toyota Hilux. That's expensive car there. Even those ones, they're not that cheap. Huh, even this one, Mitsubishi L200, they just abandoned them there? What the fuck? Those are expensive car everywhere. You can actually use those. So yeah, probably it's gonna be some. Oh, that's a new construction. That's curious. 2023. Maybe they finished by now. Who knows? Again, those water collectors, things are not going well here. Yeah, I don't see them improve that much. If it's something greatly happen, they try with that deep sea mining, but they get some backlash from that. I'm not sure exactly what's gonna land on that, but I don't think they have that much opportunities in this region, so probably they have to take it whatever they get. Otherwise, for a country like this, probably if they want to do well, they should not have more, I would say. Oh, that's an expensive one again. More than, I don't know, how many was that now? 12,000, no, probably no more than, no, 5,000 is still not enough. I don't know, maybe 1,000 people could live here, pretty nice. Even though it's not even the big island, so I don't think, again, look at this, it doesn't look that well at all. Probably, yeah, for 1,000 people on this island, and look at this, that's the only island, it's not that big. They can manage some decent life. Otherwise, I don't think it's gonna do that well for them, I have to say it. 1,000 people should be enough in a place like this, but yeah, that's why probably they have such a huge unemployment. It's just they don't need it. They don't have enough jobs. They don't have enough industry, not services, to provide employment for every single one of those. And even if you want to be, let's say, making your own business here, I'm not sure exactly how easy that is, even to start the business, not talking about maintain it in a place like this. And what you can do here, let's face it, you don't have that many resources in a way. Yeah, houses, probably some of them they are abandoned. Like I say, population are leaving, but also is growing for whatever reason. Again, who knows, maybe from the cultural reason, and I'm not sure exactly, but look at this, some solar nice panels. Unfortunately, I don't see some 360s on the beach and all that nice stuff. We have something here, but we have something there. Let's check that on the beach. Yeah, some garbage here. Clearly provide employment with cleaning the island. It's not a big island. I mean, if you employ like, when you start like, I don't know, like 10 people and give them some cars that you already have there in the dump ground, you can make this place looking very nicely. Clearly there is a land for more population, but again, I don't think that's the last thing that they need there. Not sure exactly how they're gonna took themselves out from this hole that they are right now, with that not much opportunities. But the government, like I say, from what I understand, they're trying to bet a lot on that deep sea mining. I am curious how that is gonna end up. It's gonna be a lot of pressure for them, but we're gonna see that. It doesn't matter, like I say, in my opinion. You can, let's say, stay away from this deep mining for whatever reason, and someone else is gonna do it anyway, so you're gonna lose that 100%, and you're not gonna see like, oh, we're gonna protect the environment and stuff like that. This is not how it works, not in this world. And also, if you have a resource, you should be able to use it. I am a big fan of that. Now, how you use it, yeah, that's a different discussion, and what you left behind you, again, different discussion. But if you have a resource and you need it, definitely you should exploit it, no matter what. But again, in a good way, in a much more environmental friendly, let's say, way. A lot of I think that's a Lexus. A lot of expensive cars here. I mean, especially from the European markets, from the Europe. Lexus is still a premium brand. Even the car, it's a bit older. It's still like worth like 5,000 euros or even more than that. And you might have to do some repairs if you buy the cheapest one. Yeah, I don't think it is that easy even here to purchase. Probably if you transport on the island, it's gonna be, who knows, maybe even expensive here. I'm not saying it's I don't think it's gonna be cheaper, but who knows, maybe it's actually expensive here and they're still buying that. I mean, like, seriously? Yeah, not that many things we can see here, unfortunately. They have a nice coastline, I guess, but they have some roads. The infrastructure is pretty decent in some areas. In other ones, clearly they're missing totally. Especially here, I don't think there are paved roads here. It's just this is the paved one, and then it's just pretty much dirt roads, which is fine if they're a good paved roads, good dirt roads. But again, when it's gonna rain, it's not gonna be a pretty image. This is like a cemetery, I guess. It's a bit chaotic what's happening here. People are just living a bit jammed together, I would say. Look at this, a bit jammed together. Not that many trees, no grass whatsoever for whatever reason in these regions when they live. Because they don't like it or they don't maintain it. Yeah, things not well. Probably if I was in their place, I would try to make this island as green as possible to look nice. I would plant a tree like crazy here. Yeah, they have some mining industry, I guess, here. This is how it looks. Not sure exactly how that is gonna provide, how much employment that is gonna provide, but clearly they use it, I think. Very narrow country, very small country, I would say. Look at it, it's pretty much an island. You need a car, yeah. It's a decently big one, I would say, but you can get by, let's say, in your neighborhood with a bike 100%, and then with a motorcycle, it can be pretty fine. But a car, yeah, you should buy, like, I don't know, something very reliable, and probably not gonna use that much. Even fuel probably is gonna be expensive here. Probably everything you can find here, especially like fresh food, it's gonna be expensive. But again, they need some breakthrough technologies here to transport the things cheaper and faster, so people like in these countries actually have a shot. Otherwise, you can see the same thing. They're gonna try to move out and gonna find jobs and opportunities elsewhere. Yeah, well, it's a small country. I don't think we need to stay too much here. We kind of see pretty much everything. What can I say about them? Well, it doesn't look good, that's for sure. It doesn't look good. They have some expensive cars. Probably they from those who work in mines or in the harbor, I guess. I don't think they can afford to buy one of those. I mean, even here in Europe, you cannot afford to buy that easy Hilux. They have some construction materials here, probably from the roof of the house. Some shipping containers. Ooh, look at this garbage here. Yeah, it doesn't look. And that's a cemetery? What is that? Yeah. And they have all this pile of garbage here. It doesn't look great. It's just horrible looking, yeah. And the population is still going. If the population was going down, I would say, okay, maybe they have a shot of seeing some huge improvement in the next 10 15 years. But with population going up, and I'm not sure exactly how they're gonna, I don't know, improve the life here. I mean, like I say, the population is going down, and in next 10 years you're gonna have like 5,000 people here. That will be a different discussion, but yeah. And then you're gonna have like by 2050, you know, like say 1,000 people. Usually going down in population doesn't seem like things going well, but migration going down, let's say that people are not leaving the area, usually it's a good sign. But here, yeah, you can see they project smaller, I guess, than used to be. But since 1995, you can see a migration on minus pretty consistently over 100 people. And even in 1995, the fertility rate was 3.8, almost 4, which is insane. Yeah, they need some discussion in that department at least. Probably, yeah, the fertility rate should not be more than 2 in this region, maybe even lower in a region like this. But it's the same thing pretty much in any undeveloped country. Usually the fertility rate is pretty high, developed ones pretty low. It's not something to get, I don't know, panic. I would say population has to go down, just the way it is, I guess. And also it's a good thing. I always sustain that. I still believe we are way too many than we actually need and supposed to be, but it is what it is, I guess, with older generations. What is done is done. Not much can go back in time, just the way it is. Oh, look at this truck here, just get abandoned, just pretty much. Look at this got rusted. Here there is no goddamn road whatsoever. Even this Google Street View doesn't want to go up there. Let's check what's happening here on the top of the hill. Oh, it doesn't even work. Oh, it's working here. Yeah, some construction, some new house again, some abandoned, a lot of abandoned vehicle in these islands. It feels like those islands, they are pretty much like a junkyard now. Just everybody abandoned their vehicle right here. Those small islands, yeah. I guess that was the Nauru. And Nauru, I think we finished the... Yeah, it's the last one in the Oceania. Now we are gonna move in the next video. Whew. So yeah, we finish all, almost, I think every nation, at least every state. We finish everything in this Oceania, and now we're gonna move back to South America. I want to finish again all the South America, Central America, North America. I think we finished just a few things here in Caribbean I have to tackle. Then we're gonna move to Africa. That's gonna be pretty fun. And then we're gonna go back to Europe, and then, like I said, I'm gonna make every single state of America, probably even Canada, also Australia. It's gonna be interesting to see, and who knows, maybe some other countries. And then I'm gonna go back to countries that I didn't make in that much detail. We're gonna see how those people live, especially India. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Maybe China, if they have some 360 in China. Well, yeah, they have something, so we can actually see them. Russia also, and some of them in Europe. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of videos. Well, I guess you want to support the channel again. From now we have memberships and all that good stuff. If you want to support it, just pretty much now it's gonna be like a donation. I don't think you're gonna make. I don't have that much views to actually make some exclusive content from membership only. But with time, if we grow, that definitely could be something very interesting to look at. Yeah, until the next time, I guess check the other videos, and if you, as always, if you being in a place like this, just comment how you think it was. Maybe I missed something, and tell us your experience, how it was in that place.